So, the time has come that I will share more and more about human design connected to children. And I really feel like I want to start with a video about human design in children and why I believe it is so helpful, so important, and so necessary that parents know the design of their children, to be able to fully see them and to fully support them in their needs and their process of growing up. And it's very simple because when we um, when we take the chart of a human design of us, if you look up your chart, that chart basically shows the energy that you had when you were born. So this is your innate energy that you came with here on earth. So a lot of times when we grow up or when we give a reading to an adult, we basically have to say that what you see right now is not who you are at this moment. It's the energy that you were born with. And this is so natural and so innate to us that we as children basically live our design. And by the conditioning from the outside world, we create strategies that are not innate to our energy to cope with our surroundings. So if you would turn that around and you would think about the fact that you do know the innate energy flow, the way your children act and why the way they act and how you can support them in that, the way they play out their energy, their gifts and their talents, what the way their brain functions in a certain way, the way that would be the best way for them to learn, for example, because there are huge variations in that. The surrounding that supports them the most, the way they eat, the way they look at the world, which can be completely different. Their focus on the world, well, focus in that sense is not the right human design word, but let's say the view and the perspective and the motivation that they have and how they see the world can be a complete different one than yours. So I truly believe that parents know the best for their children. But imagine you could receive a cherry on top of that that explains so many things about your child that you really know exactly not what they need, but how they would need it, in which circumstances, in which way of communicating it with them. And this is why I believe, I truly believe, that human design has such a huge value. And Ra said that human design came for the children. It's really for the next generation. And there's something very specific happening in a few years where there's going to be a whole lot of changes that are already happening and that you can see. Like we all say, or a lot of people say, the world is crumbling down. And in human design perspective, that's very evident because there's going to be a huge change in like the collective energy that's going to happen very soon. So the best thing we can do is to equip our children with that knowledge and with them growing up with that knowledge. And that's one of the reasons why I feel so called to share all this information, so those parents that see the quality of it, that they can educate themselves for their children and their future, their children's future. Yeah.